afternoon, Pittsburgh. We're watching a breaking news situation right now occurring on the on-ramp to I-79 north from the Parkway West. In fact, you can see on our live shot from Sky 4 with Action Cam, there is the police are on the scene, Allegheny County Police, the bomb squad on the scene right now of a vehicle which may have a potential explosive hazard inside of it. We
want to tell you where this is right now because it's a traffic situation, also a police situation. What you're seeing right there in the top part of your screen just went out of focus there, but is a bomb robot that the Allegheny County Bomb Squad has been using. There's another one of the robots right there. This is Campbell's Run Road. It's in the Carnegie and Crafton area, just sort of right next door to the Parkway West. And what we know right now is that the Parkway West ramp going from the Parkway West I-376 to the I-79 northbound ramp is shut down right now, which is really in the heart of rush hour as police attend to this situation right now. We had seen earlier with Sky 4's Action Cam, that robot sort of creeping up to that white car there, going into the trunk of that vehicle and poking around a little bit.
Let's turn now to State Trooper Robin Mungo, who joins us live on the phone. Trooper Mungo, can you first of all tell us how the situation developed, how we alert to the fact that this vehicle might have an explosive device inside?
Well, Andrew, we were contacted by Allegheny County Police to assist them by shutting down that ramp because of it being so close to Campbell's Run Road. They were just, concerned with everyone's safety. So we shut that ramp down to avoid any vehicles traveling that route. And they're actually on Campbell's Run. So as far as what we're doing, we're just assisting with traffic control. I can tell you right now, I'm actually sitting in the traffic on Campbell's Run. So I would advise anyone that's traveling this way. I know Campbell's Run is the shortcut to avoid the construction on the Parkway West. It's best to probably stay on the Parkway West. Your time is going to be a lot shorter than having to sit and wait until the activity has been completed, because we're looking at about at least an hour before they're done with the operation down there.
That's right, Trooper Mungo. So if you could just walk us through this. We've said that ramp from I-376, it's Shannon Perrine, by the way, from Channel 4. So I-376, that ramp to I-79 is shut down, obviously causing a lot of problems in that area. And Campbell's Run, of course, is shut down too. A lot of cars, as you say, drivers use Campbell's Run Road as an alternative to the Parkway West in that area. You said about an hour. Can you just walk us through what the bomb squad needs to do to take care of the situation? You said about an hour long, but what happens in that hour?
Well, obviously, and I can't speak for the bomb squad, but obviously they have to carefully approach that vehicle with the equipment that they have to make a determination if they have an explosive device. Obviously remove that device and then make a decision on what they have to do with it. So, excuse me, my other phone was ringing. But so it takes a little bit of time. It's not something you want to rush into because you don't know what the hazard is. So once again, not speaking for them, but right now it's just about making sure everyone is getting home safely. Unfortunately, that ramp is closed. That would be the 79 northbound ramp towards Erie. So take an alternate route and really avoid Campbell's Run in both directions. If people are getting to the point where they're being stopped by police and they're having to turn around and then sit in the traffic again. So it's best just to stay on the Parkway, go through the construction instead of getting tied up in the traffic on Campbell's Run.
Now, Trooper Mungo, a bit earlier, we saw the robot, which we're watching right now live from Sky 4 with Action Cam, giving us a view of the robot and the vehicle. The robot was actually in the trunk of the vehicle. Now it seems to have backed away a little bit. I know you said you're not quite sure what the bomb squad's up to minute by minute, but does that give us an indication perhaps that that area might be clear or they haven't been able to find anything inside the vehicle?
That I don't know, Andrew. Once they give us the all clear, then obviously we will open up the ramp. But we're just giving them as much time as they need. And if that takes an hour, if it takes 2 hours, we just want to make sure that they're able to do their work without any confusion or any interference from traffic or potential victims.
If you're just joining us, we are